A message from one of our sponsors. Are you thinking about starting a podcast? Well, have you already heard of Anchor? It's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. One, it's free. How neat is that? There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will even distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So don't forget to download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Are You Being Gentle with Your Mental? Trusting the Process. We are bringing on a very special guest today and a dear friend of mine as well. And so we're going to be bringing him in soon. But hello to everyone joining us. Thank you so much for taking the time out today to join this new series that I'm dropping. As many of you guys do know, I've actually started a podcast and it's called Are You Being Gentle with Your Mental? And this series is kind of different. I really wanted to bring people on to share how they've been on their journey and what does trusting the process really look like. So today I actually have a dear friend, Price, joining us. But everyone, go ahead and roll through. We are definitely excited for this conversation. Share with your friends. Just bring good energy in. And so I'm very thankful. My name is Jessica Bruni, and I go by Just the Best. I've started this podcast about a couple months ago, but we're actually going to be bringing in our guest.
Yo.
My brother Price. How are you doing?
I'm blessed. No complaints at all.
Amazing.
It's an amazing podcast. I appreciate you for, bringing me on for the vibes.
Most definitely. Thank you. I want to just, start off with saying congratulations to Clrd. I did something special with my eyes. I did this colored little colors, if you can see.
Yeah, that's fine.
I wanted to set the vibes real right. And so, just congratulations with just dropping your solo debut album. I know it's been a challenging year for many people for 2020, but how are you really feeling right now?
Personally, I feel incredible right now. 2020 has been. Can I smoke on the live of the podcast? Okay, perfect. All right. So 2020 has been amazing. Personally, granted, it has been, a lot of like tragic moments throughout the year, but overall for me, it and my family and my peers and the people around me, it's been amazing because we've been forced to obviously have to lock in. We were quarantined for X amount of months, which if you were people like us, it forced us to focus and execute some of our plans that we may have been putting off for a little while. So, it's working out in our favor, personally.
Yes, congratulations. I mean, can you even tell us a little bit more about now your partnership with Wyclef's recording Home Heads Music? Congratulations on that. I mean, Refugenius, as you do say. Shout out to all my Haitians, sac passe. You got real entitled right there. How is that relationship important to you in building on?
Shout out to Wyclef and Madeline Nelson and everybody that has music. That shit has been dope. Like, we from the IE. And like I grew up on the Fugees, I grew up on Clef, I grew up on all of that, you know what I'm saying? Golden age of music. And so to just be able to get that like level of embrace is really just inspiring. It's humbling and inspiring, just to say the least. You feel me? Because it's like I didn't playing for this. I wasn't like hitting up Wycliffe like, yo, check my music. None of that. You know what I'm saying? Cross paths through the people who we do business with. And yeah, so now we partnered. I'm partnered with Madeline Nelson, which is the first Black woman to own a distribution company. You dig? And so it's like a real big, huge. It's like a real dope. Like really prideful for me. You know what I'm saying? It really just hits on what the brand stands for. Partnering with a Black woman. Everything we're doing is just very Black, very colored. So yeah, I'm excited, and I'm just happy to have a platform, have a team that believe in me, that I'm able to one still stay independent on my masters, but could get a push.
Most definitely. And for the people that are joining that may do not know who you are, who is Price? And can you just share your story on how, you got that name?
Yeah. So what up? My name is Price. My name originally was Price Tag. I got that name from the homie Gonzo when I was like 15 in high school. I think yeah, like 15 or so. But the nigga gave me the name Price Tag because he said like I was always fresh. You know what I'm saying? But he had a fire ass rap name, and it was Gravity, and I fucked with it. Like it was spelled like GRAVA''D, and yeah, and I think his original, like his real name started with a D. So I don't know. So I just thought that was the shit. And so I was like, man, come up with a name for me. So he came with that joint. And obviously as time progressed, I like outgrew the like Price Tag vibe. And it wasn't even nothing other than just like everybody called me Price. And so yeah, that's just kind of how that stuck and stands. My son name is Price. My youngest. It's a real thing.
Right, right. Let's let the people know all what you do. I mean, you're a father, a rap god, a writer, a serial entrepreneur. I mean, what's next in this journey of yours? Is there anything new that the people can be seeing? I mean, X Economics came out with your film. Are you going to be acting more? I mean, what's really good?
We definitely hitting all across the board. Like that's the purpose of Clrd. We want to cover all grounds. We everything from film to clothing to um the label, public company, both sides to writers, producers. Like there's no limits. This shit is the Millennial Motown, but even bigger. You dig? So that's how I envision Clrd. That's the brand. That's the goal. There's a lot of dope things we have in the works. Me and my business partner Sharice Wright, we dropping our podcast this month. Will be like the first episodes of our podcast that we drop in the Price is Right podcast, which is gonna be the shit. And that's the next endeavor. And then the biggest of all, I'm like, don't even know if I'm able to really announce. I announced it on the Bootleg Cat podcast, so I guess we can.
Give us the juice. What's next?
Like, damn.
Say
I'm nervous to
it. You
really
already.
announce. Well, yeah. Yeah, we signed the lease and everything, so it's already locked in. But me and Sharice Wright are partnering up on a school, City Right Community University, and I in San Bernardino, literally right in the heart of San Bernardino. We are starting our school. It's small. It's not like obviously no big old, but that's all it takes. You know what I mean? And we're gonna have obviously like a K through 12 edition, and then we have our like adult schools. So we have um we still building out like our curriculum, how we gonna move, because it's not something that we right out the rip are going to be like 7 days out the week, 5 days out the week doing. But we just still building out the curriculum. But most certainly there will be 2 weekends out of the month. So the second and fourth weekend out the month will be all Black private for K through 12 for all Black history. So it's just all Black. It's equivalent to you going to Tuskegee or going to an all Black private school for your children. You know what I'm saying? and we just building it out. City Rackham University, literally, will be like cutting ribbons and shit on there by the end of this month. I'm speaking it. So that's the real play. That's the biggest play. That's the most important play of all the plays. Yeah.
I don't even know how to respond to that. I want to scream. I want to jump. I want to get up and act a fool. Like, this is super big, especially for the IE. We are natives here, and making sure that we, representation matters, and that we're making a legacy here. And I'm
Yeah.
just so proud of you, because I think you're definitely a man of his word, and just have been really just next level. So I'm loving to hear what's next. I'm definitely in full support.
I appreciate
We can connect definitely that way. And
Yeah, I'm
just, you know,
you, and not to cut you off, but I'm a
yeah.
hundred. Like, you were literally one of the people I was thinking of as far as the school. Like, I'm 1,000,000% gonna need you, but I'm gonna give you more details. And shout out to my girl Netta, just to let her know, why we're doing it in the Dino. Obviously, is because the San Bernardino is the biggest county in the United States. Now, granted, it's also the number one at the top of the murder capital of California, 2020. And it always is, damn near every year. But as ratchet and as fucked up and as, like, honestly, as much as I truly don't want to have to be like in the Dino looking over my shoulders and doing what I got to do, that's the place that we have to go touch first. You know what I'm saying? The San Bernardino, we have to affect like where we are at, like, directly. You know what I mean? And as much as I would love to put it in fucking Rialto, Fontana, Bannon, Moreno Valley, some shit like that, we can't run from where it's actually like happening, where we need the direct change, where we need direct influence. And then from there, it's gonna trickle all out. Luckily, the beauty of San Bernardino, Rialto, all that, you take 10 steps and you're in San Bernardino from Rialto. You know what I'm saying? You take 2 steps, you're in San Bernardino from Houghton. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we literally right there. As much as it's like shit, but it's gonna be beautiful, you know.
That is so beautiful. I am very honored to just go ahead and collaborate and just definitely make sure that we are unifying right now. And that's maybe something we can talk about as far as community. I know, as far as with Colored, um, what is the deeper message that you're still hopeful for the culture for the next decade? Because it's going to take some time.
Yeah. So the message and the whole purpose of color. Shout out to everybody that's here, all my folks, all our people here repping. The overall purpose and why for Colored is to inspire. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm for sure gonna need you, nigga. We gonna politic too. I'm gonna need you. Um, but the overall why and purpose for the brand is solely to inspire colored people to own. You know what I'm saying? To get out here and own companies and create financial freedom and legacies for our youth, for your children, for your little cousins, brothers, family, whoever you got that's coming up under you. Have something to give them, have something to, like, jumpstart them in the race. You feel me? Like, that's the real purpose of color. That's the reason why we gonna have everything from the label to the publishing to the clothing line to the every single aspect of it, because we're gonna be just jump starting people. Every person that signs with Color partners with Color, because I'm not signing anyone. We're gonna do partnerships to where we're just positioning people to be able to, like, own their companies, own their own masters. If they want to continue to just fuck with Color, then keep pushing their shit through Color, then by all means. But the goal is to establish more CEOs and bosses. So that's the purpose of the brand. And it's already happening. Like, literally, it's already starting. We already inspire more and more people to just start businesses, companies, do whatever they're doing. So literally, if it's just starting from the people around me, the people I know, my family, my homies, my friends, the people that like we directly influencing, then it's already working. You know what I mean? Like the brand already doing what it was designed to do. You know what I mean? And so that's it. That's the purpose. It's only gonna get huger, Tyler Perry level, and then we're gonna be taking people, you know what I'm saying, that's from the straight slums, gutter, that literally was never supposed to be a millionaire, and we're gonna be putting them in position. You feel me? That's the purpose.
I love that. And I definitely think the community can also feel that too. Shout out to everyone else in here. And that will be hearing the message. Make sure you guys definitely follow up on what Price is doing and get involved, because it's not going to only take one man to do this. It's going to take us all to go ahead and push the movement, to go ahead and to be something greater. So I just definitely commend you for having the courage to begin. And maybe, did you always have a spirit of entrepreneurship, or when did you know, like, the moment was like, okay, I know I have to have ownership, but it has to be not just one thing but several things?
Um, I could say that like I've always had it in me. Like what I can say is I've always like been a hard worker, right? Like, and that ain't even on some like horn tooting shit. Just on some like, I remember being 14. My mom wasn't trying to like, she couldn't really afford to buy all the shit that a nigga wanted. So the moment I was able to get a job, which I was 14, able to hold signs, you know what I'm saying, them little signs telling people to go to these houses, I got a job. You know what I'm saying? I was getting my little $150 a weekend. By the time I get my check, it'd be like 300. They'll take their taxes, so it'd be like 270. But I was 14, you feel me? 15, 14. So that shit was straight, and my pops was a real hustler. You know what I'm saying? My pops was like a millionaire in the hood at a point in time. You know what I'm saying? Obviously selling dope and doing dickhead shit, but niggas was still like really, really rich, like hood rich. You know what I'm saying? And but my grandfather, I later in life learned that my father's dad, Harry Jacks. My government name is Larry Jacks. My grandpa's name is Harry, but Harry Jacks owned all types of shit. Like I remember being 5, and one of my only few memories with my dad as a child was sitting in my grandfather's church that he owned while he was preaching. You know what I'm saying? Like, on top of the fact my grandfather wrote books and shit, and he owned restaurants. My grandfather did a lot of dope shit that I still got to go do more research on, because I'm just learning. Because now my family are telling me about all the dope shit my grandfather did, because I'm reminding them so much of him. You know what I'm saying? So they like, my aunties, my uncles be just telling me all the wild shit that my grandpa did, because my grandpa was like, he was the dude, you know what I'm saying? But we didn't have no knowledge. They didn't have knowledge back then on how to scale a business, sustain a business. Niggas had real drugs around, so it was tough. You feel me? Grandpa, my grandpa died, with books and all types of dope shit.
Wow, definitely, rest in power to him. That's amazing.
And just one more time, just to piggyback, my mom too. I gotta give mom's credit, because my mom know above everybody else and anybody else. My mom literally, like, my mom had 3 kids by the time she was 21, and always like worked, like always got it. So my mom was an LVN by the time like 22 or something, I don't know, but was like getting to it. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't always having like everything niggas wanted, but like straight. You feel me? My mom was always just making sure niggas was straight. You feel me? She was making sure we didn't stay in the Dino. Like, we might be living over here, not no furniture and shit, but she was gonna make sure we didn't stay in the Dino, like, or over here. Like, it's no disrespect to Dino, but the Dino was the trenches, like the trenches. You feel me? So my mom was gonna do whatever she could to like try to keep us over here, have us here, not realizing we still in the shits. Like, I'm still sneaking a gun in school, high school and shit, but she did her. My mom for sure put that work ethic. She didn't play that. It wasn't no sleeping in. My mom don't believe in that. We can't stand the sleeping in ass motherfucker. I just took a little bullshit nap a second ago and felt like, damn, what am I doing? I don't take naps. So my mom too.
Well, that is so beautiful that you come from a lineage of just definitely, people that can work hard and be able to kind of grow up from that. I mean, even with working hard within business and being a business owner, what are some challenges that you face when learning and growing with different businesses?
You are asking fire questions, by the way. Happened. Yeah, you and your fucking bag.
Yeah.
Back. But some challenges that I face.
Mm-hmm.
Um just on multiple levels as a business owner. You know what I mean? Like, prime example, I just had to fire my cousin, one of my cousins. Like, it was like tough because I was trying my hardest to not have to fire him, and trying my hardest to like, so it's it's just a lot of different levels. Like, for me, having so many things I want to do and being a father and like loving music, doing the shit I want to like. For me, it's really like what's the best way? Not scheduling, but I think scheduling. I would say that because I really be going. You know what I'm saying? Which is why, like,
Playing
my
on the next
cousins.
day, like.
Yeah, but my cousin's my assistant now. I had to hire my cousin as my assistant. He's also the president of Clrd. He's also like my A&R, but so he really like is just doing like a lot better with just keeping me in mode because I just got so many things going on. So that's really my challenge.
Mm-hmm.
But I really think too, it's like as a CEO, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, the hardest thing about owning any type of business is like building a team. Period. A trustworthy team, a dope team, like a team that all like everybody got to be thinking like you think, or at least close to it. Work how you work, or at least close to it. Like want it how you want it, or at least close to it. And it's tough. It's tough finding that.
Most definitely. And I can definitely agree with you. Having a team is so important. And just shout out to anybody that, is just going through the emotions with that because you definitely deal with that. I know you
Yeah.
mentioned, like, working with family too. I've had my, experience with that. And so, you know, just, you gotta live and you gotta learn. I think what a big thing is too is forgiveness. Have you ever had to forgive somebody? Are you still kind of like struggling with forgiving others from business? Has
Nah,
that ever come up?
forgiveness is like something, especially in business, is something that I had to learn very early. Me and my brother Drew, shout out to Octane, we had to learn very, very, very early. We were getting, imagine like signing a deal for damn near $800,000 and getting $15,000 to split. Like me and Octane had to take $7,500 back to the IE when we had millions and millions of views. You feel me? But still had to like find it in us to not hold that bitterness and all of that and forgive. So, and I've been forgiven since I was a child. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have shit fucked up happen to me really early, and not getting raped and shit like that, but just abuse side and things like that. And where I had to deal with forgiveness. So forgiveness has never been a thing. Like with business, um with business, somebody funny. No, don't wave at me, like I'll slide in the DM. That part. Niggas is awesome. Niggas is awesome. But on the real, with business, it's definitely not hard to forgive because in business you don't deal with emotion. That's one thing I really truly had to learn. With truly like doing successful business, you can't really have too much emotion involved. You feel me? And so even with my cousin, whom I had to, let go. I've had all type of family man carries, man. It's been too many people come and go through carries, like you know what I'm saying. But um, it's never an emotional thing. It's just business. Like, so it's no beef. Like, he texted me, it's still love you, my cousin. Like, we family, but I can't do no business with you at all. And you know what I'm saying? You got to be over there. This is as leaders, entrepreneurs, bosses, CEOs, whatever you want to call yourself, you have to get a gut. You know what I'm saying? You got to get heart to you. You got to have a backbone. You got to be willing to like cut people away from your business. Like if you see them potentially taking it down, no matter who that is, it's your business. And that's the thing that these white, Asian, Arab, all these different races that are business owners, they don't deal with all that. They going, as much as I don't want to have to do it, I gotta let you go. Like they gonna come
Yeah.
lose. Like I gotta let you go. So unfortunately, we gonna be niggas about it. Me firing my cousin, I'm not all the way proud of the way that happened. I still got learning and growing to do. You feel me? As a business owner, things like that. But it still has. You still got to get to that space where you can't be scared to do what's best for your business. Period.
Most definitely. And I definitely take that serious too, because I think you have to follow your heart, and you have to be able to make sure that at the end of the day, that you're, like the podcast is, being gentle with your mental,
Come
um and being able to make sure that you're protecting the legacy, really.
period.
And so, maybe with being a business owner and being a father, how do you like be gentle to yourself? And what are different ways that you kind of, what's self-care for a black man in America right now?
Some good self care for me is rolling this good gas like I do. You know, what I've been finding, what I've been like making it a point to do for myself is like have a little more fun with my sons. You know, get my son to like have fun versus it's like, y'all with me. I'm with y'all, we kicking it, but I'm always working, doing all I'm doing. So I'm like thugging with them, but not having like fun. Like the other night, I just went there and just laid on him, like laid on my oldest son, and like while they was watching a little movie on YouTube, you feel me? And we just like I watched it with them for like 20 minutes, you feel me? And even just shit like that. That was as much time as I was able to bounce till I had to go do my thing. And so just shit like that, really just finding like having fun with my sons. And I watch battle rap, so like watching some good battle raps and shit entertains me. I've been just the way I read is audiobooks. You know what I'm saying? That's my favorite of reading. I'm on the move so much. I love music. Everything I do with is audio. So audiobooks just I'm able to just soak this shit up way better. And I love audiobooks. So I really been just as soon as we get in the car, I'm plugging up and we listening to the audiobook and shit. So yeah, that'd be liberating for me.
I know you mentioned audiobooks, and that's something I've gotten into as well. Are there any recommendations that you can like spare people to kind of dive into themselves?
Yeah, for sure. The Alchemist. Um, I just got put onto this really, really dope book, The 22 Immutable Laws of Brandon. Right now, I'm listening to The Tipping Point. That's the book I'm on right now. Message to a Black Man. I advise everybody to that. By Elijah Muhammad. Um, Think and Grow Rich is really dope. Think and Grow Rich is really, really dope, y'all. It's like the reason why I like Think and Grow Rich because I feel like and I really gotta read Think and Grow Rich again and like apply it because it's like that's the thing with books.
Mhm.
Just can like run through and no, you gotta really truly go ahead, Sam. You good. You gotta really like dive into this shit, potentially a few times. Like one of my favorite books ever is Holes. You know what I'm saying? The book of Stanley Yelnats. Before they turned it into a movie, I really loved the book and I read the book a few times. And that's what made me love it because I was finding out more shit as I kept reading it over and over. That's you, son. And so you want to like just keep through it. And Think and Grow Rich is a book that like I feel like people wasn't supposed to have. But like y'all gotta think like, especially as color kids, we gotta go research the European books that was like slave times before, like the shit that they never thought we would even get access to. Go
Mm.
read the book. Go read them books. White authors got game. You know what I'm saying? European authors got all the gems. You feel me? Because one, they went and stole so much information all across the world, all across this fucking globe. They've stole information and then regurgitated it and put their name as the authors. That's all they've ever did. But that does not take away from the fact that there is information in there that we was never supposed to get access to, that you can go on the internet and type in Think and Grow Rich free online PDF and that bitch pop up for free.
It
You ain't
really
gotta
does.
you feel me? So I advise everybody, especially color kids, to go and like research a lot of them type of books, as well as like our black authors, all the John Henry Clark's catalog, all Dr. Ben's catalog. You feel me? Period. I could go all day.
Most definitely. And I know you mentioned you're a father of two. So with the world and how the reality is, do you guys have discussions on what's currently going on, or are you kind of just still kind of keeping it like, stay in a child's place type position right now? Because I know that
Oh,
happened to me a
oh,
lot when I was younger. And then I'm like figuring out like, why are y'all keeping things from me?
yeah, that was a big mistake that like our parents and shit made. All that stay in the child's place shit is out. A child's place is to be learning and educated. Us
Mm-hmm.
as a parent in the parent's place is to be delivering this information and education properly. That's what the place is if we talking about place. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all that. 'Cause my mom and them was telling that shit like that. You right? But my son is very hip to everything going on. I'm talking about my son knows everything going on to the point where actually sometimes it be actually annoying, but he do. And the reason why is because we have dialogue about it. We politic. My son. I get when yesterday when I was in the studio, I let my son pick the beat. Well, he attempted. Well, no, he did pick the beat. Then the producer played another beat that I was like, nah, this the beat. You feel me? And my son was like, yeah, I like this one too. But my son picked the beats. You feel me? If he around, because he really do got an opinion. He really is like a child learns the most, like the most that a human learns, the most that the human brain is like soaking and absorbing information is from 0 to like 5 years old. But
Correct.
0 to 10 is like still a good space too. Do you know what I'm saying? Before they start really getting, into teenage years and dealing with hormones and dealing with like different things that's just corrupting like their mindset. Like they're complete sponges from those years, and like it's up to us to instill what we want. So my son is already pro black as shit. You know what I'm saying? Period. Because I wouldn't have it no other way, and I wish I grew up extremely pro black. But we here now.
Why we literally get having a good conversation and connection starts messing up.
Better now. I think better. I think it's better. Can you hear me?
I can. It's just like your
Oh yeah.
image is a
I think we
little. Go ahead and say again.
pixelated.
Right. I do see that. Do you see that on my end too? Oh, they say it's
Hmm.
getting better. Please bear with
Yeah,
us,
it's
you
getting better
guys.
though.
Okay, yeah, for sure
No,
then.
but you had but you said because I mean it's audio too. Shout out to my girl. She got the podcast going crazy, so it's audio as well. But you asked me, I was able to hear the question. Like who have been some of my influences, or just some people to credit as far as like the studio or working in the music process. And definitely Hit Boy. Definitely Hit Boy. Like fucking, if not all the credit go to Hit Boy, like a lot of it do, just because of like the experiences on top of the game he done gave me, but just putting me in these different rooms. He like was
Mm.
making sure like I was in out of like all the homies. You know what I'm saying? He was specifically making sure like I was in certain rooms that like I wouldn't have been in if he didn't have me in them.
Mm.
And me being in these rooms changed my life. I mean, it was like one particular. I was in the studio literally today, like Kendrick first met Andre 3000. Like the first day Kendrick Lamar met Andre 3000, it was me, Hit Boy, Andre 3000, Dr. Dre, um, forget who else, but shit, I probably wasn't even supposed to be there. I was, because
Yeah.
the most, but I wasn't. I was a fucking fly on the wall, not even trying to breathe too loud to get kicked out the room or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, just saying that to say, Hit Boy, sure. Um, Octane, of course, from just sparring with my brother throughout all these years, you feel me? My big bro Preach, Camper, Eric Choice, And then I'm gonna say my bro Lawrence, who literally just dropped some of the most game ever on my life, in my life. But he dropped it on my life, in my life, like 2 days before my album dropped. I'm pulling up on my nigga today, but he literally changed my life in a conversation. So definitely Lawrence from 1500 and Mars.
Can you share some of that knowledge? Just not too deep, but just about changing your life. Like that's really big. I mean, off of a conversation, right?
Yeah,
More than because they say actions speak louder than words. But at this point, his words truly moved you. Maybe what
yeah.
was just something that you can share with the people?
Well, yeah. So actions definitely speak louder than words, but what speaks louder than actions
Mhm.
is actions and word. When your actions and your words align, you know what I'm saying? When all that shit line up, then it's screaming at you. And
Yeah.
not only was the man giving me all the game of life, but he was doing it in his university, as an academy. And they already have a whole side of the academy already built, full function. Everyone has been in, from Nipsey Hussle recipes to fucking George Clinton, you know what I'm saying? To like taking me to the whole other side that's being built that is like life changing, like legit Apple level life changing. You know what I'm saying? Like, these niggas ain't playing no. After hopping out of his Rolls Royce with his driver, this my nigga I watched wearing pro and shit in the studio. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is my dog that we've known forever. So all those actions lined up with everything he was saying and speaking. But a little bit of the gems was like the first book, well, one of the books that I told you about, which is 22 Immutable Laws of Brandon. He put me onto that. He was giving me game about just emotional battles that I have, like, as far as anger, that, and just put me on the art of war and put me on like just so many dope things, you know what I mean? Just pouring into me. It's like stuff that like not necessarily like I can just spit out that's going to potentially do the same for the next. It's just that it literally was like, when you go to church or different things, damn, that message was for me. Like,
Mm.
nobody else might not even. That probably wasn't even for nobody else. God, okay, I get it. I know I can today. Bet. Matter of fact, I could leave. So it was like one of them moments where like I know that was like the Most High telling me to come there for that exact purpose. And when I was there, like I got a word that was so. But yeah, um, the 22 immutable laws of Brandon though, and finding your why. That's the real gem.
Mm.
Find your why in everything you do. There's a why in everything that we do out here. You know what I'm saying? Why you take care of your sons or your children. Why you go to work every day. Why we did this live. Why you wanted to make a podcast. There's a why in everything. You just got to find out what the why is and make sure that your why is pure and lines up with what you pushing.
Yes, most definitely. And everything that you do as well, right? Um, and so maybe when did you even like notice that you had like a passion for even meet the music industry and knew that this was like something you, I guess, just weren't gonna like pass on?
Yeah. Um, for sure, man. Like I was making songs at years old. I was recording songs with my cousins and shit. In the crib, like legit on tape cassettes and just doing just little kid shit. But we was making songs, and every day we was making songs. Like we like would do all our chores, do whatever it is that we got to do, to make a song. Like that was what we used to call it, which was the shit, because as I got older, it started becoming like work. But I remember being an 8-year-old in the room. It's like, let's make a song. You feel me? And we'll all go and write our little rap and song. I should be banging. And like we had a song like "We Bringing It to You," cause that's just what we do. We bringing it to you, cause that's just what we do. Get off my nuts, fool. That shit was a little bop. My cousin bar was like, "It's the MARLON. I sock you up in your chin. I go to the house to eat some dick." Or whatever, I forgot. Recipe City. That was his bars. But we used to make songs all the time. Had that passion since then. And on that same street, which was Evans Street, I recorded my first song on tape. And then about 3 years maybe later, I was probably like 12. I recorded my first song on CD on that same street at my cousin murder house down the street. You feel me? So like we always had the passion. Like I was ditching school when I was in 8th grade, going to this grown nigga house named Window, who had a studio and an MPC, and the nigga would be making beats and shit and then let me rap. You know, I'd be ditching school and shit, go there and rap every day. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy though, man, because I was like 13 and that nigga would be letting me come spit and give a fuck about none of that. Like, be going to school and shit. But it's crazy. That nigga used to be watching videos about the third eye, all that shit. And the Illuminati and like all that shit back then. Though, I was like 13, 12. But I remember sitting as a kid trying to watch it. I was high because I was smoking this shit too. You feel me? But I was trying to watch it, but I just, I was a kid. I didn't get it. But yeah, so I've always had the passion. Ain't even funny. But it always would come and go as a child. But then once I turned like 16, it was like all hands on.
Most definitely. I mean, even from hits like from a decade ago, still, I see on the comments that people are saying still go. I'm just honestly so even happy for Clrd. I think Don't Break, I think is a mantra that I think everyone can just resonate with, and it truly has uplifted my spirits when I put it on. Maybe what are some favorite songs for you? I know that Don't Break was like one of the songs that it turned into a song. I know you would just be on here and you would have the Don't Break challenge and share the good
Right.
people, but how did that project even start?
Yeah, that's fire. So I'll answer how it started to answer my favorite, but it started like earlier this year. I knew coming into the year I wanted to do something, but I thought I was going to drop a different project, But once quarantine and all of that shit, and I knew that like everybody was finna be like kind of like locked down, so I wouldn't be able to like get out there and move around. I dropped. I started working on Clrd, and this is before Floyd. This is before our sisters was getting shot in their beds and they rooms by the police. Like this is before all of that. I was like in this world, and some of my favorites obviously is like you said, Don't Break. I love Don't Break. I love Maya. I love. It's crazy because I love every song because it's short. It's like it's short purposely, but it's like it's hard. I love every song to be real, like literally every song because it's not that many. I put all my favorites on that motherfucker, at least for right now, that I wanted the people to hear. You know, so
I know I definitely love the saying and rumor when you say Colored Boy, he found glory in making a name.
yeah,
That is
that,
just so fire right there because if people do know your story and that will listen to it today, will definitely know you're staying true to that.
facts.
And
You
so you
find,
guys,
hey,
thank you so much for just doing this podcast with me and tapping in with the good people to share your story. I definitely look forward to what's going to be next. But the podcast is called "Are You Being Gentle with Your Mental?" And just currently, right now, are you?
yes, I definitely would like to believe I am with you know just on my audio books every day, and I don't allow things to like fester in my mind that's not like beautiful. It doesn't serve me. Like if it's not finna serve me, if it ain't about to like make me rich, it's not about to like make somebody rich, then I truly do my best to like beat the fuck out of any bullshit I get in my mind before they could even attempt to try to come out my mouth. You know what I'm saying? I would like to say yes, I'm being gentle with my mental because I don't even allow real like shit to be bush like around my mental too much. Which is why, gotta let people go from businesses and things because you don't want to be having your mental being challenged frequently for nothing. So yes, I would like to believe I am. And I appreciate you wanting to do this podcast with me and wanting to bring me onto your podcast and into your world and talk about my album and what I'm doing. That shit is an honor and inspires me. You know what I mean? I'm proud of everything that you're doing, which is why I wanted to do the podcast. I've been extremely particular about obviously like interviews and stuff. I do everything I'm doing as far as my solo journey. But this is about like, you know, being gentle with your mental, your podcast, everything you stand for, you being a black woman, being a black business owner now, with you owning your own podcast and doing other things you're doing. This is what Clrd is about. So me not doing the podcast would be me not being true to the brand and what we're doing and what we out here standing for. So period.
Come on now. Put some snaps in the comment for that, because I'm feeling all of that.
True.
Literally. Truly, you are definitely an inspiration to me. I'm so glad that we could have connected even a decade later to just really bring a full circle moment here together and really share just our journeys together and really talk about the story and trusting the process is definitely something that I wanted to just share with the people. So I'm trusting the process with Clrd. You guys, Price, if you can let them know how they can stay in contact with you and just move for just really support you and what you're doing.
Um, Man, I'm working on getting all my socials the price, but you know what I'm saying right now. My IG is the price. My Twitter's like BOW price. But really clrdent.com. CLRDENT.com. Period. Just pull up there. Everything that you need is there. Um we trust in the process all across the board, which is why I don't give a fuck if it was 1,000 views or 1 view. We gonna rock in this bitch like we gonna rock, because that's a part of trusting the process. You know what I'm saying? Because I've literally been at the world, no bullshit. Like, we got fucking 5,000 kids in our shows to fucking 50. So it's like it is a process, and it's something you gotta trust. If you being true to yourself, the Most High is gonna align. You know. And so that's why I'll be inspired. I don't give a fuck how many 5 people be. That's beautiful. That's fire. Imagine if there's 5 people in the crib. That's dope. You got an audience. You know what I'm saying? 16 people, nigga, we got a motherfucking show at the house. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's love, man. I'm inspired. So y'all be inspired. Don't be thinking like, oh, too many people don't want to start because it ain't big or it ain't this or it ain't that. It's not going to get big till you start. It ain't going to happen. Like, our school ain't big. You know what I mean? We started with a 2-classroom school because that is all it takes to teach. You know what I'm saying? Period. That's all it takes to change. That's all it takes. Our adult school, we gonna have fathers, black fathers in there. We gonna have black mothers in there. We gonna be teaching business. We gonna be teaching entrepreneurship, education skills. We gonna be teaching so many different things in the adult side. It's a real thing. It's only gonna take the 2, and then eventually we gonna own the whole building. Hello.
Well, you guys heard it here first. Thank you for sharing so much good news. What people can definitely continue to support you on. Please, let's hop on another call. Let's meet up. Let's make sure that this movement is alive and that people can make sure that they move it. Because, like I said, it's not just one person. It takes us all to go ahead and join the movement. So I'm so proud of you, Price. Once again, thank you so much, my brother.
Likewise.
Always good vibes, good energy. Let's continue to flourish and just inspire one another. And thank you so much for jumping on with me today.
The question, I look forward to it. Like I said, anything you need, I look for it. I'm sure we're gonna be doing some type of homeless feeding and present giveaway like we do. So let's
You know
tap
how
in.
we do.
How we do.
Exactly.
Love you. Good shit.
I
I'm
love
proud of
you
you.
too.
Shout out
Thank
to
you
everybody
so
out there.
much.
Y'all. Yeah.
All right, you guys. So thank you so much for tapping in. That was our first episode of Trusting the Process with Price. You guys, make sure you go ahead and follow him. He's definitely an inspiration, an IE legend at that. He just dropped Clrd. Make sure you go. It's on all platforms. Download it, share it with your friends because it's amazing. My name is Jess the Best, and I am just going to continue to share these good messages. I actually have another podcast coming up this weekend, and I'll tell you more information about that. But make sure you follow me, and don't forget to be gentle with your mental.